We love Arsenal.
Oh yes.
We are Arsenal.
No mercy.
We're Arsenal. Forever. We are Arsenal.
Road to Wembley.
We love Arsenal. Forever. We are Arsenal.
Road to Wembley.
I'm getting feedback here. Sorry. Evening and welcome to the Arsenal reaction show. It's sorry. Evening and welcome to the Arsenal reaction show. It's sorry. Evening and welcome to the Arsenal reaction show. It's
Anyone got YouTube on?
Evening and welcome.
Where's he gone?
To the
Has anyone got their phone on?
I think so.
Anyone got YouTube on?
Evening. What's going on?
Someone's watching it on YouTube.
Got their phone on?
I think so.
Okay, so we'll go on mute for 1 second.
Someone's watching it on YouTube.
Right, guys. Thank you and welcome to FTB Sports. This is your Arsenal reaction show. It's a bit of a nothing game, really. It was 3-1 against West Brom, down West Brom, and we just put that proverbial nail in their coffin. It's always nice to actually put one over Big Sam. Actually, nice putting him and nailing him back to championship. But that's the only how would I say, silver lining to this dark cloud this week, really. Poor game. Gamza, tell me your thoughts on the game, how we started, lineup. What were your thoughts?
Lineup wasn't too bad.
Wait, Gamza, sorry. But before we get into this, I got to make a little dedication to someone that I would say it was their day today. Big up Willian, you know. Willian hitting the top bins. They call me Willian. I'm about to make a million. Big up Willian. Yeah?
Free kick was tidy.
That was a tidy free kick, man. That was
it was tidy, but do you know what? The thing is, as well, he started playing after that, didn't he? It was like, what the hell is this guy? What's he still doing on the pitch?
Literally,
his season might start now.
Yeah, right as it ends.
But sorry, it's true.
Sorry, Gamza. So that's cool. All on you, brother.
I thought the lineup wasn't too bad. Saka at left back, I think, worked. We didn't start great. I think the first 20 minutes they had the better chances by far, and then we started to impose on the game. One thing I did notice, I think it doesn't matter who we put up front. If it's Nketiah, Aubameyang, Martinelli, our strikers just don't get any service. I think Laka's only involved in games because he drops deep to get on the ball. And I think that is a structure issue and a philosophy issue we have to look at because, again, we've all been calling for Martinelli for weeks. And on the left, he's done bits. But up front, I think he touched the ball like 4 times, 5 times. He did not get a sniff.
And
again, it's
you're right.
It's no different when Aubameyang plays up there. He doesn't get a touch. When Eddie's up there, he doesn't get a touch. And so I think Laka's only involved because Laka just comes really deep to get on the ball. So that was my one take I was looking at in this game, really. It was just it was more Martinelli to see if he could play up front and how he looks for me. The rest of it's kind of already played out.
It's immaterial. Yeah.
So I think that was the one thing. So I think that's one thing we have got to solve. If Arteta is the manager next season, it is how do we get our strikers in the game? Because they said to me, it doesn't matter which one plays, they don't get no chance. They didn't get a sniff, do they? Like nothing at all. So that was my only real take from it is kind of going forward. How do we improve that going forward? But I think the same too.
Did you like Martinelli's movement off the ball though today? Because I didn't really like it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I didn't
even though
see
he didn't
much.
Get the service. But
yeah, I didn't see much. He pressed a couple of bits, and that's what I like about him. Sometimes he does press well, but yeah, I think I spoke about it before. I just don't think the new way of football is people have to play like 3 positions, don't they? So they can play right, left, or central.
Yeah.
And I think it's really killing old school strikers. Like when you watch strikers from when we was growing up, the movement, and again, you see it with Cavani. You can see his movement is just on a different level compared to
but
Rashford's
Aubameyang's got that.
Aubameyang has got
movement.
his movement is good. But again, I just don't think we even look for it, do we? We don't look to find the pass.
I think it comes down to the personnel. I feel that we have, and we've got there's a huge chasm in our midfield, in my opinion.
I think no one tries the risky pass, do they?
Exactly.
They'd always just move it to the left or the right. Whereas Bruno. So I know Man United fans moan about Bruno's percentages, but
don't look at percentage. He tries.
It's like Alexis when we had Alexis.
Yeah, Alexis and Ozil. Yeah, exactly.
They would try the risky one. So you might only get 2 out of 10 connect. Those two make the difference. Yeah, they make the difference. So I think at the moment, again, this is very risk-free football, isn't it? It's very safe. But yeah, there was some good movements down the left. I think the left looked quite strong today.
Saka was immense today, I believe. No, well, obviously he faded out because when he's moved, his position changed.
Forward, when you're tag me in whenever, like,
I'm tired.
You can come straight on finish.
Soon come.
That was my take. It was just striker nothing.
Tagging you in now, bruh.
All today did for me was just piss me off, bro. I'm not gonna lie. All today did for me was piss me right off, right? So this just shows me that our manager he's a donut, bro. He's a big idiot. And the reason why is that it shows that how comfortable Saka was at left back today just shows you that our manager's not got a brain. Like, look how, are you telling me that Xhaka ever looked more comfortable than Saka at left back?
No, definitely
not. Can I say one thing? Can I just be devil's advocate here, right?
I know what you're going to say.
If you had taken Saka from the right, wing role and put him left back, wouldn't a whole load of Arsenal supporters been on Arteta to say, well, why are you moving? He plays well there. Why are you putting him at left back? Why?
Guess what? Guess what? I know, but guess what? If he then put Martinelli ahead of him, everyone would have shut their mouth. Like, okay, do you know what? Martinelli was man the match on Sunday, and I had to figure out how to get them both on the side, and that was the best way to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? And also, Xhaka got injured, which gave him the biggest window to do it anyway. But no, he didn't take that window. He decided to go with an unfit Tierney, who we could see again today was not ready. He's not match ready.
Yeah.
Like, don't you watch them in training? So today, for me, also showed me that Pepe needs to go. Like, he scored. I know people are going to get excited that he scored a goal. Yeah,
no. I watched him all game
today. That he's
guy had him in his pocket.
What we need, bro. He just can't. Yeah. He can't raise his game to the level we need.
I watched that Pereira on the other side, and to me, he'd be one I'd be looking at. He's a threat. He's a real threat. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So when you watch what he done, don't get me wrong, the goal Pepe scored was brilliant. But when you watch what Pereira's given you throughout the 90, what Saka gave you throughout 90, do you know what I mean? They're just involved in the game constantly to what Pepe gives you. Again, you can't deny what he can do when he gets it right, but it's just too little and too not enough. It's not enough.
Not enough. Just little bits in it. Yeah, to actually, to be in a starting 11 and to kind of, I think he's gonna have to be like an impact sub or something. Brezzy,
not even that, mate.
You're harsh, Nigerian Englishman, man. You're harsh. Brezzy, your thoughts on the starting 11, and how do you think we were set up? Was it what you expected? Did you see? Well, also as well with both Lacazette and Aubameyang on the bench. Was that what you expected?
No, not really. I thought Laka or Aubameyang would be up front and Martinelli would be on the left or even on the bench, but I'm glad he got the minutes he deserved. I think obviously he's trying a different system. I don't think Martinelli's completely clued up yet. I do think that he is a striker in there, and I do think if you give him the time, he will show you what he's worth. The whole Pepe comment, sorry, but I disagree. I like the guy, and
No, man, this is where you put your
fair enough.
this is where you put your point across. It's your
Let me
opinion,
hear
man.
it, Brez.
Because I'm still open on
Send it to me, Brez. I'm here for it, man.
Yeah.
Look, the guy, right? He's been in and out of the team so much this season that he doesn't even know whether or not he's a starting 11 or a bench warmer. He has one good game or a couple of good games, and then the tester goes, right, that's it, you're on the bench. Whenever he's picked up form, he gets benched. Whenever he scores a goal or creates an assist, he gets benched. No matter what that guy does, he always gets benched. I just think if he has a proper starting run in a team where he's not benched for at least a consistent amount of games, you can get the best out of him. He just showed today, give him the space, give him the opportunity, and he will bang in goals for you.
I hear what Brizzy's saying. I hear what Brizzy's saying, right? Because the thing is, look, it is as a footballer, it must be so confidence sapping for no matter what you do, you don't know if you're going to start the next game, right? At the start, the first 10 games, whatever it was, William knew that he was going to play. Right, so he didn't put the performances in or whatever, but you know that should have been him, acclimatized and settled for William. For some unknown reason, I don't know what happened with him, but I think there was a stat about Pepe not playing. I think the most he played in was like 4 games in a row or something silly like that. That was the most he played in a row. Now for a player, that's horrible. I have to say that's horrible because you know what? You could score a worldie, you could, light up the whole scene. But if you then are benched the next game, what does that do for your confidence? Come on, what does it do? I mean, to be fair, he didn't have the best of games today, but he popped up with a goal, and it was a little glimmer of what he can do. Nigerian Englishman, man, come on, man, there must be something in there that you like of Pepe.
This is my issue, and he's tickled me in the past, especially this season. He's tickled me in little moments in the season, and I'm like, let's give him a run. Just like what Brezzy's saying, he's not had back-to-back games for a while, all that, and I hear all of that. But answer me this today, how many times did he try to take on a player and actually get past him? He's a winger, and we need a guy to do the unpredictable, the unexpected. I remember seeing an interview, I think it was with Laka and Abba, and they were asking them who's the most skillful guy in the squad. And they all said, Nico. And they were talking about one thing that he did on a Dubai trip where he took on everyone and blah. Like, we don't see that, bro.
But there's something in there.
Bro.
But then that's out of Arteta to get that out of him. And
no.
No.
As long as Arteta is at the club, Pepe can't play football.
Oh, right. Okay. So because that's what I'm thinking. My thing is that it's got to be, a manager's, it's the manager. I feel it's the manager's job. All right, it's a bit of both, but it's more the manager to kind of get the perfect role for the player that he knows that can, do something for your team. And I don't think Emery or Arteta have ever got the best out of him. Obviously, the season where where we actually signed him, before he signed him, their manager got the best out of him. He was doing stupid amounts of things in that season.
I think the Prem's just not suiting him. And again, he's had his second season with us. Second season. And again, I do understand what Brizzy's saying. He doesn't get a run, but I just don't see enough from him over a 45-minute period, over 90 minutes. He would give you outstanding moments, and he has given us that. Like UEFA Cup, he pops in, free kicks, goals. The goal today got an applaud the finish.
Worldy.
You know what I mean? But it's just in isolation. So I think his best game I've seen him play, I think, was against Leicester, and he gave me a strong 45.
Yes.
Where they then swapped the left back because they had a young boy playing left back, didn't they? And then after that second half, he didn't do much. And I think that's the best I've seen him play. But again, it's when I'm watching, do you know what I mean? He's just not a constant threat. I don't think teams really fear him because, again, look how easy he came in on the left. When I'm not trying to comparing with Robin and Mahrez, but them guys ain't getting that kind of space on the left. Do you know what I mean? Well, teams are doubling, dribbling up on him, where I don't think teams really, really fear him, and I don't think he imposes himself on the game enough. And that's
I think that's right.
Hannah's and Brizzy, right? Check this out, I was more confident of Gervinho beating a man than Pepe. I'm not even trying to troll or try to be funny. Like legit, when Jimvinho was running one-on-one with that left back or right back, versus when I see Pepe running at left back and right back, I got more confidence saying at least Jimvinho will beat the man.
Yeah.
The end product after might not be the best, but he's beating the man, creating the space. I've not seen that with Pepe.
We can't get the balance because Iwobi and Jovino would rip people up all day but had no end product. And then we got someone who's got end product, but he just doesn't do enough.
Perform. He doesn't do enough. He doesn't do enough.
To blend them three together and we'd be all right.
You never know. We could buy Zaha this year or something. I don't know.
Do you know, I wouldn't. I'm still taking it now.
Flipping
swap deal.
Yeah, so let's start with let's go on to the game. I mean, look, listen, we started off poor, and I was just thinking this has got your proverbial end of season feel to it. Obviously West Brom though they need to get a win. They started off okay, and then as you say after that, then all of a sudden Smith Rowe pops up, and you know what? One thing I had with that is that when have we seen a third man run like that?
For a long time. Not for a long time.
do you know someone popping up in a box like that, and it was a good goal to be fair. Again, Saka with the overlap. I mean, and I just think we went from strength. I mean, Brezzy, did you feel that after that? Did you feel that we took control? And then it was going to be pretty much a free for all, or did you kind of always have that in the back of your mind that this is Arsenal and I'm waiting for West Brom to kind of come back into this and nick a goal somewhere?
Yeah, no, I always had the idea that we would mess up somewhere down the line, that West Brom would get into the game, and they've done. They did it. They run from their own half, pretty much the entire width of our half, and scored a goal. It just shows you
that's the defending is shocking on that goal. But sorry, go ahead. I
mean, there was 3 defenders to him, and they literally just let him walk all into our box and scored a goal. Our defense needs seriously looking at. I know there's a lot of people that are obviously arguing about Saliba and Holding and Gabriel.
What do you think of the back two pairing in your opinion? Did they do much wrong? Did they do much right? With Gabriel there, did you see anything there at all?
I like Gabriel, and to be honest, I think he's a decent centre back. I just think he needs the right pairing next to him. He drives forward when he can. He tries to create those pockets of space. He wants to make that run into that that attacking threat, and I think with how tall he is, he can do the headers. We saw the Olympiacos game where he done that header and it just went straight up. So I think there's a player there. I just think we need to get the right centre back for him. The problem was with Holding.
Do we have that in the squad at the moment?
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, Mary's great. The problem is with Mary is that he gets a couple of times where he gets a game and then he gets benched. Then we have another couple of games, then they'll get benched again, or he's not even on the bench.
Yeah, Mari will just split a toenail and he's on the bench, and he's Mr. Glass, isn't he? Flipping egg.
He just seems to.
Was he injured today?
So many
yes.
times.
Oh, okay.
And I just think if you know your centre back formation, or your back five, just stick with your back five, because that is what is going to define your season. Yeah. If you keep chopping and changing, people are not going to know what they want to do. I'm really hoping that Saliba comes in next season. I'm not saying he's going to walk straight into our defence, but I'm hoping that he gets given the game time just to see what he can do. Prove himself, and if he is that kind of talent that we all think he is going to be, then him and Gabriel can also do a good partnership with Tierney on the left and whoever on the right, depending if they're in. And
that's a big whoever on the right, I tell you, because Gumza, we've got a massive problem on that right. Even though Chambers did all right, he's not the caliber of right back we want going forward, is there?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not. I think that's one of the positions we've got to address. Yeah, I don't. Out of the three of them, I think Chambers has had probably some of the best moments.
Yeah.
Cedric, I feel, hasn't been given a proper chance.
I was going to say that.
He's another one. He's done well, and then also, again, and this is the frustration with Arteta, isn't it? Sometimes it's players played well for 3 games, have one bad game, or not even a bad game, make a mistake, and they're out. But then others can continuously.
He has his favorites, basically.
Yeah. But again, if he doesn't like him, he doesn't like him, and then do you know what? Let's just move on from it. So I think right back is definitely something we need to address, and you can see our left side how dangerous it looks.
Yeah.
And partly
if
as
we
well,
get out on both sides, it would be so. You know, the problem with us at the moment is we're just too one-dimensional, and
we've been very lopsided for a long time, haven't we? Exactly. Everything seems to always be the left, and I think that also doesn't help Pepe either, does it? Where he's probably hasn't got that same support. I think we're playing Saka. We kind of allowed him to push on, and Chambers almost sat in inverted or made a free at the back. So I think it was definitely, and I think even you see the goal, Chambers is with Pereira, and Pereira darts across, and he kind of stays, think, actually, I've got to stay on the right side, and then he was in pockets of space. But so I do think we kind of allowed Saka more freedom, which is understandable because he's more of an attacking player, and Chambers then sat in a bit more. But then that probably doesn't help Pepe because he doesn't get anyone overlapping him to create space or running off him. Do you know what I mean? So it is. There's systemic problems with our system. And I think it just needs addressing. But I do think a new right back, someone who can match Tierney, would make a massive difference for us. Because again, it just gives you options, don't it? I think at the moment everyone knows we block off our left, then we haven't got anything. So we definitely need something out there.
Oh, Mr. Nigerian Englishman, where do we go from here in terms of? I know obviously the season's done. We're just playing out. We've got Chelsea to come. I hope we don't get embarrassed there.
Oh man.
But in terms of going forward till next season. Do you see any green shoots?
I can't see past us sacking our manager, bro. Like that's one of the big things that needs to, because there's too much. He just doesn't get it. Like even at 2-0 today, right? West Brom were there for the taking. 4-5, 6-0. We could have realistically won today. They weren't in the game, but Arteta changes it up. He brings on Tierney for Smith Rowe, which makes 0 sense at that time in the game. So, like, what did he see there? He thought, okay, maybe put Willian in the middle, put Tierney at the back, and he made 3 positional changes in the game that we're controlling. When he could have easily just taken Smith Rowe for Odegaard, a like for like switch if he wanted to, or he could have done Willian for Tierney, and then he would have put Tierney at left back, and then just made the one change, put in Saka. Do you know what I'm saying? But like he just does too many things. I can't see this guy getting it right with money, with anything. Like I can't see him getting it right, even if he does get back. To be honest,
I think you know this game pretty much for me as well, because I was watching the manager more than anything today, and what he does, how he set up his team to play, and I don't think for me he didn't pass the test. I mean. Brezzy, did he pass the test for you in the way that the game panned out?
I mean, I think he's just trying to get the season over and done with, and we'll give in the summer. I think, to be honest, he's tweaked that formation so many times now. He doesn't even know what his starting 11 is. He doesn't know what his formation is going to be going into next season now. I think he really needs to look at the board and say to them, look, I need investment. I need the money to back up. The problem is I can't see him getting sacked because who wants to come in and actually take the job?
The problem I have though, Brezzy, is that can you trust him with the transfers and trust him to make a difference? I mean, I felt like this today. Thanks, Lee, for this comment. I mean, seriously, the result meant nothing. I felt nothing when we scored, no joy at all. And literally, it's such a flat, hollow victory today. Because if the performance was a lot better than it was, I would have been more kind of like infused. But the performance for me, remember, this is West Brom. Right, you know, this point in perspective, West Brom, and they've been poor all season, and for them, for big pockets of the game, to make them look like they're in a proper game of us and threatening. I just think that will support Nigerian Englishmen. I mean, I'm not sure what you think, but I just think that Arteta, his management style, I'm at Arteta out
Like,
right now.
is there a management style? Like, what is his management style? Like, legit. Like, when he first came in, you could see there was a bit of a press. Then you didn't see it anymore. Then he changed this formation, changed that formation. Like, today, just all it done was annoy me for so many reasons. Number one, the fact that I'm still seeing Saka on the pitch. Is the goal just to kill him before they stop playing? Like, until he says, like, hey, Tapper, how long does he carry us on his back? It's too much, man. Like, rest the brother. Do you get me? Like, what's going on? What I wanted to see was a lot of the youth players. Balogun again. Where is he? Nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere
is he injured?
Nowhere to be
like,
seen.
what's going on?
Anyway,
Like,
I think that's tongue in cheek there. Sorry.
Aziz, all these players are like, there's nothing for the players that were in the squad on Thursday night to show. I don't need to see anything from them. Like, I literally don't need to know anything more about those players. Maybe Pepe and Martinelli. Other than that, I don't need to see any of them. Odegaard maybe plays himself to see if he stays at the club next season, I guess. Like, but other than that, Aziz, Balogun, Nelson, all these guys that we're trying to figure out, Chambers as well, we're trying to figure out, are we going to keep them, send them on loan or sell them? Like, those are the players that need to be playing right now. Pepe is because if anything, and I wouldn't have minded a performance like that if all them guys were playing. I would have at least been able to evaluate a few players and this and that.
There'll be a reason for it. You'd understand it. You know what I mean? But today, I just don't. Gums out. I mean, how did you feel with that performance as an overall? I mean, bear in mind, this is West Brom.
Yeah, it was, to me, dire, and it just shows again the importance of Saka. He's the one. He takes it by the scruff of the neck every game, and it's if he has a quiet one, we don't look like creating anything. Like, so I think Smith Rowe again just does what he has to do. He's busy again, like the third man runs. He does, and again, that's why that on that side we looked quite dangerous. And I think Ceballos joined in well with them and fed them quite a few times. I think his balls into Saka running around the back was quite good in the first half.
About Smith Rowe, do you think he's ready to be our main number 10 next season?
No. He shouldn't
be. I don't think he's ready, and I don't think we should be putting that pressure on him. I think he should just be a bit part player.
And then eventually he'll get eased into that.
No doubt he's got real ability. He's a good player, but
he's just not ready yet.
Yeah, and this Saka, we shouldn't be relying on Saka for 38 games. There's no way in hell. This is my argument with Pepe at the start when people were saying Willian should be playing. I said, but Pepe's got to do more to keep Willian out of the team. Like, it should be Saka who's the one thinking, I've got to try and break in. And in fact, we're always relying on Saka. One thing I will say, because I see the comments about the transfer window, I've got faith in Edu. I think I don't think he's done a bad job. I think if you look at what our budget is, honestly,
no, I'm going to hear you out. I'll hear you out.
If you look at our general budget, and I would task anyone to go in, like, knowing what you know now, so not getting the bargains like the Sufal and Suchets, because no one didn't know who them guys were. But take that budget that he had and bring in all the players he brought in. He hasn't done that bad. And again, apart from Willian, which one of the new signings hasn't performed? Like, Cedric's a free, so it is what it is.
Cedric wasn't a free, was he? I'm
sorry?
Sure Cedric. I'm sure.
We paid for a loan for him last season for half a year, and then he came in on the end of his contract, so he was a free. Mari was 7 mil or so. Gabriel, we all agree he's looking like a good player. Obviously, Partey looking like a good player. So I don't think Edu's done that bad. I think the only one that gets questions, Willian, and again, I think it's more the wages, and he hasn't stepped up. But again, at the start of the year, it made sense. If you need an extra winger with experience, you're not going to find that elsewhere apart from there. So I don't think Edu's done massively bad. I think we made bad decisions on what we sold and what we didn't sell. Because again, I think holding on to Maitland-Niles and then letting him go out on loan. But again, I don't think that's even Edu's fault. I think that's more Arteta saying, no, we'll keep him in the squad. I've got a use for him. And then he just didn't use him. And obviously then I'd had to cut the wages. So we've just let Mustafis and that walk out. But I don't think I said, if you was to get, what did he have? 40 million? And he raised maybe 40. And to get that amount of players we got in, you think he got like 7 players in. And again, apart from the Willian one, I think Mary's been good. I think that was a good signing. I think Partey's going to be a great signing. Cedric is not bad, but again, I think Arteta hasn't used him, and I think he's better than what Bellerin is.
Yeah.
Who else we brought in? Who else did he bring in?
Louise.
Did he bring in Louise?
No, he come with
that was the guys
Emma,
before. Yeah, them guys came in before. So Martin, he brought in Martinelli, didn't he?
Yes. That means he must have been around for Louise then as well. Then if he brought in Martinelli, same.
No, you're right. I think he did bring in Louise. To be fair,
he might have brought in Louise. Yeah. So again, I don't think he's done massively wrong. Like, and again, he's working on the shoestring. Do you know what I mean? He's working on a real budget.
I just feel that I don't think we've done that well in the market. To be fair, I'm really kind of like listen, I don't know. Maybe on paper we have, but the problem is that I just don't think the manager at this moment is getting the best out of the players that we have.
Yeah, I do.
Right. And that might be the case. I don't know. Because at the moment I'm looking at the players that we have. They should be doing bits and all that and whatever. But if we did do well in the market, we wouldn't be where we are. That's my.
No, I do understand that. I do get
that's my take on it, and I just but then I guess to negate what I said and to kind of prove me wrong, it would be a case of okay, a better manager might have got more out of them.
Yeah.
Guys, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and I said, if you look at our budget, you're talking 40-50 million to bring in 6-7 players. I don't know where you're finding 6 players of quality for under 60 million. Do you know what I mean? That's a real problem. So I think that's where you do have to say, well, he's actually done not too bad because, as I said, when you look at what other teams are bringing in, where Chelsea are bringing in Havertz and Werner and players of that level, we're always shopping in the bottom of the barrel. So, we need major surgery. And as I said, the problems from before of getting rid of players on a free and not making money back. Now it's left Edu in that position where he's got a shot around and buy players for 6-7 million because there's no other way of strengthening the team because we just don't bring in revenue. Do you know what I mean? So it's a massive job for both of them, to be fair. It's a lot bigger than I think people realise because the last 7 to 10 years we've been run really badly from above. Do you know what I mean? So,
we've got a lot of making up to do. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, I want to pretty much hold it there. To be honest, nothing game really today. I seriously, I'm not sure what you guys think. Obviously, that's why I've asked you guys about this game.
Exactly what we said in the preview. We're going to win because it was a nothing game.
We're just winding down the season, literally. But what I would say is that nothing's going to change unless, in my opinion, one or two things. I don't even know if it will change if the manager changes. I don't even know if Kroenkes go. Then yes, things will probably change and hopefully for the better. But it's a case of we don't know what this Daniel X like, but I know what the Kroenkes are like, and I don't want the Kroenkes in. So I would hedge my bets with this X guy. That's me. Just want to call it really. Any final words from the guys? Any of you guys?
Arteta out. Kroenke out.
Yeah, that sums it up. That sums it up. Yeah. Guys, I want to thank you. It's been a short reaction show here, but I can't even think of many other things to react about, really. Yeah. It's just one of those ones. But thank you very much, guys. And no doubt we'll be back during the week.
Look forward to it.
Take care, guys, and thank you.
Take it easy.
All right.
Bye.
We are Arsenal. We love Arsenal.
Oh yes.
We are Arsenal.
No mercy.
We're Arsenal.